So hello guys and welcome back to Return to Glory. It's now in Season 3, we're in Season 3 back in Australia, the home of the Australian Grand Prix. Absolutely incredible. Wow. Australia, the home of the Australian Grand Prix. What a way to start the season. But oh well, just look at the resource points. And well, of course, we're going to do what we usually do and buy something after the race. The only problem is we don't have masses of resource points, so I'm just hoping to try and get that one and that one. Hoping. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So, practice. I've done practice already. Track acclimatization went well. Qualifying pace were unusual, about 5/10 off the pace. So we'll see if we can get pole position then if we're that far off the pace. Well, you know, it quite often happens. So, yeah, let's see how qualifying goes. As I promised in the last episode, 50% race for this opening round of Season 3. It will go back to 25% for the next race, but you know, for 50% race. Half the race distance, be a much longer race, more strategical, so hopefully we won't balls it up like last time. Okay, so we're about to start our second qualifying run, P13. It's wet conditions, it's quite tricky at the moment. Sort of trying to work out engine modes and stuff, basically. That's probably why we're quite far down, but really struggling at the moment, but I guess we'll see how it goes. Right, final run to the line. We are going to be about 5/10 up, but it's going to be nowhere near Jenson Button's time. I think we're about 6/10 off the pace, and it's 8th position in the wet in Australia. Well, I was hoping for better, but I don't know if we could have improved that time much. Jenson Button actually got pole position there, and we are 9/10 off his pace, so that's not particularly great. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to go straight to the race. So here we are on the grid then. Race strategy looks, well, it's a simple one stop by the looks of it. But we can move to that one. So that looks like a simple one stop, which I guess is probably good for us. It's very movable, very changeable. Tyre wear, I don't really know what the tyre wear is going to be like. I know the engineer will try and give us alternate strategies. If not, fuel we're going to move down so we can save some during the race. We'll move it to about there. So let's get on with it. Thankfully it's dry. Team wanted 4th place or higher, I think. Was it 5th? No, it was 5th. So let's 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are off for the start of this Australian Grand Prix. We're beaten by Rio Haryanto, who's amazingly high up in the grid. Let's try and not dive it down into the first corner. Mind you, Perez has got tagged. There has been a yellow flag. There might be a safety car. No, it's a green flag. Okay, so we move up. Thankfully, not the shenanigans we had in the first corner last season, which is key to see. Braking up the inside of Rio Haryanto. Move made. I think Ricardo's following me through. He has. So, let's try and knuckle down and just keep up with Lewis Hamilton. So, about to move on to lap 3. Lewis Hamilton's got away from us a little bit, but we are catching up to Jenson Button and Nico Rosberg at a vast rate of knots. Now, you've got to remember, Lewis Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo both on the super soft tyre. We're on the softs, so we're at a tyre disadvantage here, and yet we are keeping up with Lewis Hamilton quite nicely, actually. A little bit of, yeah, not particularly great the past lap, maybe. We've gone off the pace a little bit, just as, well, maybe not tyre wear's kicking in, but Hamilton has just got closer to Ricciardo, latched onto their slipstream and stuff. Not Ricardo, Rosberg, that's the word I'm thinking of. But yeah, it's going well so far. I'm enjoying the race. It's going a lot smoother than qualifying did, but Hamilton is right up there now with Rosberg and Button, who are fighting, I believe, quite hard, so that might be why he's catching them. We're sitting pretty. I'm liking where we are right now. Daniel Ricciardo's got to us a little bit, but he's moving away from, I don't know who that is. There's a yellow flag up ahead. I don't know what's happened. Jenson Button is out of this race. Is that an engine? That is an engine blowout for Jenson Button. Absolutely rotten luck for him, but there has been a virtual safety car. Right, virtual safety car has ended, which means that we can ramp this up. Come on then, virtual safety car. DRS is enabled. We're up to a green flag. We're right up with Lewis Hamilton now. We have made massive inroads on him during this safety car period, virtual safety car period. We're going to go up the inside of Lewis Hamilton, and we're going to make that move stick. Absolutely incredible. Wow, so we are now up into 2nd place. I don't think we're going to chase down. Well, Nico Rosberg, mind you, is on the soft tyre, so we could just quite easily stay with him, but we need to make these tyres last till lap 12, and right now I don't think we're doing that particularly great. So we do need to try and just save these tyres a little bit. I'm just going to let Lewis go up the inside, to be honest. There's no point fighting him because I don't think we're not really in the same race as him currently. As the pit stops go, we're not really in the same race. We need to save our tyres. There's no point fighting him, to be honest, right now, because we just need to maintain a gap to Daniel Ricciardo right now. These lot will pit, well, not too long. I think lap 8 they're supposed to be pitting, which actually isn't too far away from where I'm pitting, but, you know, we just need to let these guys go. We need to pick our battles today, I think. So, lap 6 currently. Daniel Ricciardo's closed in on other super soft tyres are helping him. Hamilton's got away, super soft tyres are helping him. Daniel Ricciardo's going to go round the outside. I would really like to be able to just turn the engine mixture up and just fight these guys, but I can't. Because the tyre wear. This is the problem that I'm having currently, is that the tyre wear is quite bad at the moment. So, I need to try and save the tyres so it's not too bad. But I'm really struggling for the tyre wear at the moment, so I just need to try. The fact that Jensen's out of this race is going to help us, because it means that we can be one place higher than we, you know, originally thought. I think we'll, you know, we got the pace on Rio Haryanto. I don't think there's a problem there, but you know, we just need to try and save the tyres a little bit. We'll get into Daniel Ricciardo's slipstream and then just go from there. Well, the engineer's got an alternate strategy, which I don't know what it is. Lap 8 pit for medium tyres. No, I don't think so, Sunshine. Alright, so Ricciardo's pitted. Ricciardo's pitted from 3rd place. Nor Hamilton nor Rosberg are pitted. Hamilton set the fast lap of the race. I think he just took the lead as well. So we've now got a little bit of gap, a little bit of clean air to cool our tyres, make them last and make them work. Alright, so we're 1 lap later and Hamilton's pit for the tyres as well. We're still just trying to manage everything. Haryanto's closer than he's been recently, which is a little bit concerning again. I think it's about 2.5 seconds right now. We've had to move the brake bias back just to save our tyres a little bit. But we are struggling. We are struggling with the tyre wear. We've got 50% currently. We've got to make them last another 3 laps. So yeah, 4 laps. Actually, no, it's 4 laps. So yeah, we've done 8. It's not looking great, is it? Let's be honest. I might make a strategy change. We could pit now and go onto the super soft tyres and then the mediums at the end. Depending on how far the super softs go. They'll only go about, for me, about 7 laps. Maybe even 6. So I'm now debating. Okay, no, what we're going to do is we're going to pit this lap, go in, go on the mediums, just run the mediums out, and then with about 6 laps to go, to be lap 23, we're going to go on to the super soft tyre. That's what we're going to do. Also, though, Haryanto has caught us up quite a lot, actually. The gap's down to 1.8 seconds, so again, a little bit concerning, but mind you, he is miles away from the car behind, which I know is on the same strategy. So Haryanto has some pace about him. Haryanto's got some pace. So we're about to come into the pits now. Whoa, that was close. That was actually really close. Haryanto's following us. So Haryanto is going on to a similar strategy to us then. Wow, well, this is gonna run everything out. Jesus Christ. Well, come on then. Urgency. 2.7. Wow, come on. We're going to come out in a little bit of traffic as well. There's Ricciardo. And there's Kvyat. Wow, I didn't expect to be around Danny Kvyat. Perez is behind me as well. He crashed out on lap 1. So that's pretty interesting as well. We definitely need to get away from this guy. Alright, Kvyat pit. So we were actually really struggling, not struggling to chase him down, but the dirty air was affecting us. So wow, well this is really a difficult race at the moment. Daniel Ricciardo's on the medium tyre, on the super soft tyre. So Daniel Ricciardo's doing a super soft medium, I think. I don't really know what he's doing, but he's going to have to conserve the tyres if he's going to stick at that strategy anyway. I must either be really struggling or really slow, because Sergio Perez is actually trying to go round the outside of us. We are really struggling to get away from him. Jesus, we've actually got... Whoa, what are you doing? You weren't... But he wasn't even near us, though. So he's gone round the outside. We've left in the room, beautifully left in the room. He's gone wide, and then we've sort of made it there, and he's tried to sort of cut us out there. He's not near us, look, and he's just turned. Ah, you silly prick. Seriously, you silly prick. Right, so let's go then. Still round the outside. He better not hit us now. There's 3 of them though, and we just cannot get them off us. We just really cannot get them off us. It's because once we break that 1 second barrier, I think we'll be okay. But they keep just sort of getting DRS and slipstreaming and getting closer. We need to break that 1 second barrier. But Daniel Ricciardo has come up to a group of slower moving traffic. I say slower moving. It was at a crawl the last time I saw it. That incident there hasn't helped. It's 1.3 seconds. So actually, I'm hoping Haryanto's on the soft tyre. I didn't even realise that. So Haryanto should have a pace advantage, but he doesn't. But yeah, Daniel Ricciardo is actually stuck behind Valtteri Bottas and someone else. So I would be expecting that Ricciardo would be a little bit, don't know, closer to us than he was. Bottas is definitely close to us right now. Haryanto with his tyre advantage again. Fuck off, Haryanto. Well, the problem is he keeps dragging Perez with him. He keeps dragging other people with him, and it's so irritating. The fact that I'm sort of driving okay, I haven't got DRS, I haven't got slipstream, I've got the medium tyre on. Like, how am I supposed to contend with Haryanto in our slipstream with DRS and the soft tyre on? It's just not going to happen. We are catching up massively to Valtteri Bottas, though. I think it was 3 point something seconds last time. It's now about 1.5 by the looks of it. So, this is massive inroads. Alright, Bottas has picked. Great. Just at the right time. Thanks, mate. Oh, great. We could have done with him staying out for one more lap, to be honest. But, you know, I guess that's how it works. But I'll tell you what. If we're on a 1-stop, we're up into a net second place. But we're not on a 1-stop. We're on a 2-stop. We're going on super soft tyres right at the end of this race. And that might just help us quite a lot, to be honest. Being on super soft tyre at the end of this race. Vettel and... who was it? Perez. Perez has picked. Probably for the soft tyre, so they'll have a tyre advantage over us until we go on super soft tyre, in which case we will be so quick on that super soft tyre right at the end of this race. So looking forward to that stint. It's going to be awesome, absolutely awesome being on that tyre. I'm just going to push it for this lap and then sort of calm down a little bit. Rosberg's 8 seconds ahead of us now, so we've caught up a little bit on Nico Rosberg actually. Tell you what though, lap 20 of 29. So far through the medium tyre compound, and we set the fastest lap of our race by about 0.2 seconds. So we're not slow. We are not slow on this tyre by any means at this point. Wow, Haryanto's just hit us. Coming into the braking zone, Haryanto hit us up the rear. So you can't complain when I, you know, tap someone and go, oh, you hit them, because trust me. The AI do it just as much. Like, it's ridiculous. As my phone is beeping like a fucking ape. Stop! Trying to concentrate. I think Haryanto's coming in this lap. Nope, not by the looks of it. Great, so we're going to have to stand with him for another lap. He's close. Haryanto's going to go up the inside. We're going to do the switchback. No, we're not. We're just going to go round the outside. And all this time, everyone's catching us up. And we're not going anywhere. Piss off. Where are you going? You're going for a gap that was never there. Seriously. So we are now going to come into the pits. Are we actually going to get... Jesus Christ. Haryanto is actually going to follow us. For God's sake. So. Into the pits. I don't know who's in front of us. That's actually Hulkenberg in front of us, I think. I don't know. There's someone already in the pits that's just... Or have they? That's Nico Hulkenberg, I believe, gone onto the soft tyre. But we're going to come out in a group of cars. Oh, great. So, who's that there? That's Sergio Perez. We are out in a group. Daniel Ricciardo is just there. So, Daniel Ricciardo, who was massively ahead of us, is not particularly far ahead of us now. It's a lot less of a gap. And there was someone... We were nearly 3 wide then with Massa there. Wow. So, I think who's part of that group? Bottas part of that group. Vettel's part of that group as well. So, I'm so glad we got out in front, well, mainly in front of that sort of group of cars. But Daniel Ricciardo is only just here. Now, I was expecting him to be miles ahead. I wasn't even thinking he was going to be in the same race as us. But no, Daniel Ricciardo's on the medium tyre, so we were obviously faster in that medium tyre stint, even with Rio Haryanto chasing us. So that's pretty important. Wow, so we got 5th ahead, 4th and 3rd. So podium is just up there. I think that's Nico Hulkenberg maybe is just up there. Gonna go up the inside of Daniel Ricciardo. Are we going to make it stick? We are. There's Carlos Sainz just ahead. Carlos Sainz does an incredible race. He's come out of absolutely nowhere. But, you know, who's going to win out of me and Ricciardo with the tyre advantage and everything? It was always going to be me, wasn't it? Alright, now we're on the back of Carlos Sainz. We're going to go up the inside here as well. And we are, of course, going to make that stick. And Nico Hulkenberg on the soft tyre is in 3rd place. So that's podiums there. I don't know where Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg are. Miles and miles and miles up the road, I think, to be honest. There's no way we're getting anywhere near the back of that. But wow, like seriously, what a race. What a race. I think Hamilton and Rosberg are just coming into the 3rd corner on the right-hander, so well, we're not going to exactly catch up to them, but we'll be close. Closer. Wow, no, hold on. The 2 cars ahead that we thought were Nico Hulkenberg isn't. It's 2 Saubers. Nico Hulkenberg is already in the last sector by miles. So wow, well, so podium maybe not be on them for us. Because Hulkenberg is so far ahead, there's no way. We are 14 seconds behind Nico Hulkenberg. Nico Hulkenberg is out of this race. What on earth has happened? He's got to have had an engine failure. That has to be an engine failure up ahead. Because he was screeching away. We were just doing a bring it home job, and Hulkenberg is out of this race. Wow! So we have ended up on the podium. Wow! We seriously on the podium right now. That is incredible. Second to last lap, the penultimate lap. Hulkenberg from a podium position in the Force India is out of this race. It was a 3-5 for Force India, but it's not going to happen. So we are now on to the final lap of this race. We're just going to bring it home for a podium. A podium. So we are going to come around the final corner to cross the line to get our first podium of the season on the opening round in Australia. Wow, absolutely incredible. I think on the base of it we had some really good driving. Maybe just deserved about 5th if Button and Hulkenberg hadn't actually retired. I think 5th place would have been a fair assessment of how we were doing. But yeah, wow, absolutely incredible race for us. Yeah, at the end, just Nico Hulkenberg, wow. Couldn't believe that he retired. He was actually fighting with Lewis Hamilton. When he went, I noticed that Hamilton was about the same time away from Rosberg as Hulkenberg was. So, yeah, I was not expecting that. Can I just say, Sainz in the background has no car. He's getting out of absolutely nothing, so that's a little bit weird. But yeah, Rosberg, Hamilton, and me on the podium. But I want to see what happened here. I want to see what happened. So Kimi Räikkönen got a stop-go. Mechanical failure there, and it was a mechanical failure for Nico Hulkenberg. So obviously fighting with yeah, so Carlos Sainz got driver of the day, so fighting with Lewis Hamilton. Nico Hulkenberg got an engine failure for us to win. Not win, come podium, come 3rd, whichever, I don't care. We're 31 seconds behind the leader, but I don't care. Wow, I'm shell-shocked, to be honest. So obviously the championship positions are going to stay as they are right now. Purely, obviously, because it's the first round of the season. So I will join you back in the paddock where we are going to enter a huge, huge spending spree. So resource points, we're going to get a few more actually. We're going to get good, probably 200 resource points, which is pretty good. We're now on 2,700 resource points. We actually beat Jensen Button in the rivalry as well, so we're going to move up a few of them. Beautiful there. Ah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So let's go on a nice spending spree. Is that actually our first podium in Australia? It is actually our first podium in Australia. Wow. So research and development. I need to think about this wisely. I think if I pay for these two, that would be okay, I think. Unless I go... No. Oh, these two, stuff it. They work out fine. There we go, boom. So that is going to put us ahead of Mercedes, and now I guess our target for this season is to get that one, and these two should be fairly easy to get, vaguely. Just purely because, yeah, that by the way, that chassis weight reduction is going to give us a huge boost. I don't think it's going to go right to the end of the bar. I don't know what happens when you sort of max out but you're not quite at the end of the bar. I don't really know what happens. But yeah, so that's the target for the season, is to try and retain our championship and fill up all of these, which I think the next one we're going to try and aim for is probably engine power, just because that's the most expensive one. We'll have to get out of the way earliest. So that's going to be our aim, our goal. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I made the 40% race worth it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, then yeah, do smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and of course I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.